Oh, here we go again.
Welcome back into the channel. Welcome into the video here. And I am not a happy person right now. I just filmed an update video here for my LG G4 and the PlayStation 5 Pro, talking about a couple of problems that I've been having with this display and the console, and what I thought were fixes to take care of the issue. And I fire up the display, I fire up the console today, and look what I'm met with. 2560 by 1440. Now, what makes this so interesting to me is that the PS5 Pro home screen is a locked 4K resolution at 60 frames per second. And this is the first time that I have encountered this issue where either the console or the display is forcing down the resolution to 1440 on the home screen. If you haven't checked out my prior videos talking about this, the main problem I'm encountering is when I load into a game like Call of Duty Black Ops 6, God of War, stuff like that, what happens is that the display will do a handshake or two, and in Call of Duty's instance, it'll do 2 handshakes before it gets to the main menu. And what'll happen is the resolution will start out at 4K locked 60 from the home screen. The game boots up, it'll do a handshake, go back, do another handshake, and on that second handshake, the resolution will either stay at whatever it is, 38 something by 2160p at whatever frames per second, or it will force itself down to what you're looking at here, which is 1440, and I've even seen it force it down to 1080. What I thought was a fix, because I had not encountered this issue at all before this, was to just go into the PlayStation settings on the console and change the resolution and force it to, let me back this out, force the resolution on everything on the console to be 2160p. But let me show you what's going on. And I have not gone on here and changed anything, by the way. Screen and video output. Look at this right here. It's saying the resolution's 1440. Why? Okay, why? I did not go in here and change this. And it's only on the PS5 home screen. I haven't even loaded into a game yet. And it's already saying 1440, that's the best we can do, okay? So let me click on resolution here. And in the prior video, I may put a clip, I may not. If I don't, I highly recommend you go check out the video because I have more things I talk about in the video. But when you unbox this console and set it up, it's going to be set to this right here, automatic, okay? You would think that Sony's premier console can be left to display the correct resolution. In other words, you could just leave this on automatic and it will choose the right resolution based on the game mode type you're playing, okay? But maybe I gave Sony too much credit, or maybe I gave my LG display too much credit, because I said, let me take it a step further and just do this, okay? Look, we're gonna get a handshake, all right? So now it no doubt is displaying 4K, but I was giving it too much credit. I said, let me just go in here and check 2160p, because for the type of games that I'm playing and the game modes that I'm playing in, I don't feel the need to ever play in 1440 or 1080. So I'm okay forcing everything 2160. But I was wrong, because I load up the console today for the first time, and as you saw at the front end of the video, it was forcing 1440p. Now I want to also say thank you to all the people that took the time to comment on that video. It's only been up for like a day or two, and I've already got a ton of comments from those of you saying I'm having the same issue, or try this fix, try that, could be this, could be that. Really appreciate that. Love the feedback, because at the end of the day, I'm posting these videos for a couple of reasons. One, to either make people aware of the sort of issues you might encounter if you purchase an LG G4 or a PlayStation 5 console. And number two, to hopefully find a fix, right? At the end of the day, I'm posting these for awareness and to hopefully find a fix for myself personally, because I can't tell you how aggravating it is to drop $700 before tax on Sony's premier console, and then to drop an unnamed amount for the LG G4 at 77 inches to get a premier gaming experience, okay? When you're talking just console and display. I know that, a lot of you out there are PC gamers with like small monitors running ungodly amount of frames per second, okay? I'm talking just your more casual side, cool with gaming on a TV, more immersive, okay? My expectation would be that I could turn on the display, turn on the console, and not have to come in here and babysit the resolution, all right? But as you've seen in my last couple of videos talking about this, that's exactly what I have to do, is I have to babysit the resolution. In other words, today I decided to just pull up this game dashboard on the home screen because it didn't look quite as sharp as usual, and I was right. And it's the first time I have ever seen this happen on the home screen. Usually it waits until at least I try to go into Call of Duty or another game. Guys, I'm kind of approaching, my wit's end here with this. Let me mention one other thing while I'm here. So all of these problems so far have been happening when I had my Pro console on HDMI 3. And I know some of you have suggested move it to another HDMI port, connect the console to another display, see if it's happening there. And believe me, I am going to be doing these things because I am tired of having to babysit this resolution, all right? So my next move from here is I'm gonna actually go ahead and try a different HDMI cable, and it's dark in here, so I'm not gonna put the box on the screen. But as of now, I've been using something called the Zeskit Maya ultra high speed HDMI cable. And the reason why I've been using this cable is because I have had really good luck with these cables on multiple displays in the house with multiple devices connected. In other words, my Apple TV 4K for content consumption, for family time and all that stuff on different displays, I really have had no issues. The issues have mainly popped up when I bought this G4 and when I bought this PS5 Pro. So as of right now, I can't even definitively say whether it's the G4 or the Pro console I have, or if it's the cable, all right? So I think from here, I am actually going to, and I really didn't want to do this because these cables, have treated me well. I'm not sponsored by them, by the way, but I just wanted to give some clarity on what I've been using, okay, for cable. They're a relatively inexpensive cable that I've had good luck with across multiple displays and devices, so I really would like to stick with them, even though I'm not sponsored by them. But I am now put in a position where I feel like I have to try a different one that is widely considered as a top cable with limited problems. Because I want to at least, by process of elimination, rule out that it is a cable. And while you're probably sitting here thinking, why don't you just try a brand new cable of what you have? This is the second one of these I've tried, okay? So maybe to most of you that might already be process of elimination, that it's not, that it's not a cable issue. But I'm not ready to go there yet. So I think I'm going to spend way too much money on what is typically considered like a top of the line 4K or 8K HDMI ultra high speed cable. And I'm going to give that a try and see if I run into this again. I'm also going to do testing on a different HDMI port, and I'm also going to move this console to probably my C2, which was my primary gaming display right in this spot of where you're looking at, has now been relocated to our master bedroom. I'm going to move it to that display and see if I run into the same issue. And at the end of the day, I'm going to get to the bottom of this, whether there's something faulty going on with the HDMI on the PS5 Pro I have in here, or if it's something going on with the HDMI port on this G4, which I really hope it's not that, because I'd really hate to pull this down off the wall and send it back to LG, because I purchased this directly from LG, by the way. I didn't purchase this from a third-party retailer, and have to deal with them and probably be presented with a what do they call it? Like a recertified unit, you know, AKA refurbished. I'm probably not even going to be sent a brand new one. I'm probably going to be sent a recertified one or whatever, which I don't want to do, you know? I'd really like to avoid that. So, but I have to figure this out because it's ridiculous to have a display at the tier level that the G4 is in, at the 77-inch level, by the way, which means it's not cheap, and then have a very expensive PS5 console connected, and I have to babysit the resolution. Because when I turned both of these things on today, this is what I should have been met with. 3840 by 2160, HDR on, VRR off, and 60 frames per second. That's what's supposed to happen 100 times out of 100 times. And then when I go into the game and it starts doing its handshakes, blah, 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 it'll show the HDR flag at the top right-hand corner. As a matter of fact, for the hell of it, let's just go into Call of Duty and see what happens, because who knows, it might try to force it back down. Let's just see. Let's go in. There's handshake 1, okay? There's handshake 2, and then what do we get? 1440. This is perfect. You get to see it in the exact same video with no edits or cuts of what I'm talking about. That second handshake has now forced itself back down to 1440. And tell me, did you not see earlier in this video where I went in and forced it to 2160 on the console? What the hell is going on, LG or Sony or HDMI cable? I don't know what it is yet, but I'm getting frustrated with it because I spent way too much money on the components in here to have this problem happening. And by the way, when I stop recording this video, the fix for me at this point is going to be to disconnect this Pro console, connect it to HDMI 4, have it sync up there. It'll work properly there, by the way, because this is my fix. This is what I have to do. And then guess what? As soon as I plug it back into HDMI 3 and turn the display back on, turn the console back on, it'll be working properly, no doubt. And it'll work properly for a number of startups until this happens again. It will come back. And I figured out now that forcing the display's, the console's resolution to 2160p is not the answer. The answer might be a new display. The answer might be a new console. The answer might be a new cable, or even the answer might be a different HDMI output altogether. I'm gonna wrap up this video. I'm gonna get out of this because watch, it'll flash it back. It should go back to 4K 60 now. Let's see, and there it is. It's just the inconsistency. I can never accurately predict on a startup what I'm gonna get. And that just can't happen at this level of a display, you know? Big sigh. I think that's going to do it for this video. Leave me some likes and some comments if you want to see a follow-up video on, if you'd like to see me record a video trying and troubleshooting this process to fix it because maybe you're having the same problem. I need to see a bunch of likes on this video, and I need to see some comments stating as such, because I'm at the frustration level where I don't even know that I want to record the process of me trying to fix this or figuring out where the fix needs to be. But if you guys want to see it, I will record the video and show it to you. And then at that point, maybe we could stumble onto the fix together. But I need to see enough likes and I need to see some comments stating as such. Otherwise, I'll do all my moaning and cussing off the air. All right. So that's going to do it for this video. If you found it helpful, if you found it entertaining, whatever it takes, I need some likes, guys. I really want to see this channel grow, and I want to do big things here on the channel. And so you can help me do that without spending a single penny by hitting the like button, by leaving me comments, engagement, and by subscribing to the channel. But that's all for now. With all that being said, until the next one.